So, AI chatbots have become pretty prevalent right now. I mean, almost everybody who's at least viewing this video, I'm pretty sure has used at least one chatbot in their entire life, if not multiple simultaneously. With brand new chatbots coming every single day from companies that you've not even heard about, I think it's time we run a comparison of some of the biggest chatbots out there and see which one truly leads the game in 2025. Is it the iconic ChatGPT from OpenAI or the reinvented Google Gemini? Maybe Microsoft's Copilot or the rising star DeepSeek? We probably have to run a full-fledged comparison as to all the features that you get if you use each of these chatbots and what they are capable of and how well they can do these various capabilities. So in this video, we're going to be doing exactly that. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Before we head on to the video, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to the channel. As of the recording of this video, we are sitting at 413 subscribers and our goal for this year is 500. So I think I'm releasing 2 videos in a single week, which is basically my peak of consistency. So if you want more such videos, please do subscribe to this channel and also like the video while you're at it. So let's head back to the video. So how about before heading on to the complete comparison, we have a somewhat introduction to the different chatbots that we are going to be discussing about today. First off, we have ChatGPT from OpenAI. So ChatGPT came about 2 or 3 years ago and it is available across multiple platforms, be it Android, iOS, macOS, Windows, and the others as well. OpenAI offered GPT 4.5, which is their highest end model, to its Plus and Pro users with browsing, image generation, code support, and whatnot, while others get to use the GPT 4.0 model. Next up, we have Google Gemini. It was previously known as Bard and now is fully integrated with Google ecosystem with Android. Wikipedia. Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. Previously Bard, it is now fully integrated with the Google ecosystem and Android and even Android XR, which is going to be coming up pretty soon with the Google glasses, which I've spoken about in my previous video. If you haven't checked that out, you should probably click somewhere about here or here. I don't know which that is going to be coming up on. So yeah, do click here, check that video out after this one. And yeah, Google does offer the highest end model Gemini 1.5 or I think 2.5 as of the latest version for its advanced tasks like image generation, video generation, all of which I've spoken about in the previous video, so do check that out. Next up, we have Microsoft Copilot, that is Bing Chat, and it is built into Microsoft Edge and Windows 11, and it is also available as a standalone app as well. It is basically powered by GPT-4, as I think Microsoft does have a pretty huge stake in OpenAI as well, so therefore just integrates their model into Bing. Finally, we have DeepSeek, which came across as Shadow Knight recently. It is lesser known but is rising very fast. It has open source roots and is now gaining traction for coding and multilingual support as well. So now, let's head on to the various tasks which you are going to be throwing at these different chatbots and comparing them. So how would you start out with something simple, some basic prompts maybe, some basic question and answer sessions? Let's see which one gets the most accurate answers. So I'm just going to give it a simple prompt, like explain quantum entanglement in simple terms. And if we see the various results that we get, we can see that ChatGPT has excellent analogies, multiple reading levels, and smooth explanations, while Gemini gives you a very scientific and precise answer, but is less engaging and sometimes more verbose than the others. Copilot is somewhat balanced. It has a balanced tone and includes citations and related links, which is kind of useful if you want to do further research on your own and not ask AI. It also keeps the entire process transparent as to where the model is getting its information from, so you can somewhat double check its answers. Finally, we have DeepSeek, which is very concise, more technical, and sometimes lacks nuance as well. In my opinion, ChatGPT does win where it comes to engagement and clarity and basically the overall package, whereas Gemini is stronger for science and has better fact-based answers to back it. Copilot is pretty good for research as it does give you its sources, basically its bibliography is just there right in front of you, whereas I found DeepSeek to be best suited for code-heavy tasks, that is code generation, be it Python, C, Java, and other languages as well. I feel DeepSeek is also better suited for somewhat technical queries in all of these matters. Okay, so how about we move on to something which is more human-like and which we usually do not tend to think of robots doing as much. That is something creative, maybe something like image generation? Well, we'll ask all of these models to create an image of a futuristic Tokyo street at night, probably in cyberpunk style. So, ChatGPT delivers pretty highly stylized and visually rich images and supports in painting and editing in their higher end models. And you can even give it further prompts to update these images. Like, I can say, add a robot vendor stall on the right, and it will probably give me a pretty accurate depiction of whatever I've asked for. Google's Gemini, which uses Google's Imagen model, is available in limited preview modes. Even though Imagen 2 was recently released, I still find it to be lagging behind DALL-E, which GPT does use. And even when it comes to using generative fill features, like for example how Photoshop allows you to change the aspect ratio and use AI to just fill out the gaps, I feel Gemini's Imagen model does struggle a little with that. It is slightly restricted by prompt length and creative flexibility, but it has good potential as of now. Microsoft Copilot does use Microsoft Designer tool, and it's tailored for presentation-ready visuals with brochures, social medias, ad banners, and all of that. Probably better suited for prompts like create a poster about climate change or something like that. But it is not as good when it comes to imaginative scenes like this one, and probably not suited for narrative or fantasy style illustrations as well. Probably useful for practical applications like marketing and stuff like that. But if you want to generate something creative, I would probably still stick to ChatGPT. Finally, we have DeepSeek, which uses DeepSeek's Janus model. It is a standalone image generator model built for both Chinese and English users and generates high-quality, coherent images comparable to SDXL in terms of sharpness and style diversity. It works outside the chatbot UI for now and is available via web demos or APIs, but right now, since it's not integrated into the chatbot, I'm not going to be giving this particular point to DeepSeek as well. So right now, ChatGPT, I guess, is in the lead with 2 points for both your queries and accurate answers, and secondly for image generation as well. Others need to catch up. So next up, something that has been popping off pretty recently in the world of AI. Let's talk about video generation. Now, one issue with both Microsoft's Bing and DeepSeek is that they do not have any video generation models itself. So they are for sure not the winner in this particular field. But let's compare Sora by OpenAI for ChatGPT and Google's Veo, which was recently launched again in that video. Click here. So now Sora by OpenAI is only available to Plus and Pro users, and videos look near photorealistic with realistic motion as well. Obviously, it does require some improvement in terms of motion graphics as to which legs come forth and all of that stuff, but prompt chaining works and you can refine scene using follow-up prompts, which is really cool. Gemini, on the other hand, recently saw Veo 3's release and it looks very promising, to be honest. It's still not available in India, which is a bummer, which is why I cannot show you any original clips. But according to the prompts that they have shown and the outputs that they have shown, which I'll be putting up on screen right now, it looks very promising and somewhat comparable to Sora by OpenAI. So I feel both of them can split this particular point. So I'm going to give a half point to ChatGPT and half to Gemini. So currently it is 3.5 to 0.5 to 0 to 0. Anyways, if you're enjoying the video until now, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you've done so, let's head back. So next up is a field that I heavily use in any chatbot that I use, especially for my day-to-day activities in college, and that is code generation and dev workflows. So let's ask each of these chatbots to build a to-do list app in React with dark mode as well. So if we see ChatGPT's, it is a clean modular code and explains every step from folder structure to deployment and offers downloadable .zip of projects files as well. Gemini offers good snippets and integration with Google Colab, which is very useful if you're developing applications in Python, and it often uses Material UI or Google style components. Copilot is very fast, but sometimes only provides partial solutions, which is something to look out for if you are using it. And it is very good when it comes to debugging existing code, especially inside VS Code on Microsoft Edge. But if you are using VS Code, I would recommend using other code generators such as Blackbox AI. DeepSeek, on the other hand, is super fast and understands nested structures very well. It often builds full working apps with less prompting and is extremely strong in languages like TypeScript, Python, and Java. So in this particular category, I feel I would give the points to both DeepSeek and ChatGPT, And that is because they do provide very different things and I have very different strong suits in this particular category. DeepSeek is really fast and is very accurate as well with the prompts. Whereas ChatGPT, on the other hand, does generate code significantly well, but also explains it in great depth. So it's very good for especially students like me. Okay, so until now we've spoken about all of the features that companies usually flaunt about in their launch events. But what about some of the hidden features that these chatbots do offer? For example, ChatGPT offers memory for personal preference. Like, you can ask it to remind you stuff later or mention some of the preferences that you would like it to remember when you are generating, future prompts. It uses DALL-E, Python and browsers in a single session. It can summarize long documents almost instantly and is probably the best for these sort of use cases. Gemini, on the other hand, can read your mail using Gmail and docs as well to give you perfect summaries, but all of this obviously is done if you give it permission. It can also summarize YouTube video and can act as a travel planner as well. And I feel Gemini is one of the best integrated chatbots into a smartphone because Google Gemini is currently replacing Google Assistant as well. So I feel these sorts of features make it more, user-friendly and interactable with. Third, we've got Copilot, which has got a sidebar summarizer in Edge. It reads PDFs, compares content, and generates charts from Excel data directly and very accurately as well. Finally, we've got DeepSeek. So it's usually code-related tasks that this is best suited for, like prompt tuning, large language models, and is very lightweight and extremely fast as well. It also works with multiple languages very efficiently. So finally, let's come to the performance, UI, accessibility, and that sort of category. So in terms of the speed test, I feel the fastest chatbot that I've seen until now is DeepSeek, followed by Copilot, then ChatGPT, and finally Gemini. In terms of user experience, I really do like the UI of Gemini, but I feel ChatGPT is somewhat clean and modern, which is why I'm kind of confused as to where to, give the point to that. In terms of best integration, it is Gemini if you're using an Android ecosystem, but I'm pretty sure if you're running iOS, you're just gonna have Siri and not any of the other chatbots that we have spoken about. And the most accessible one is also Gemini in my opinion, because just saying okay Google lets you access it all the time. In terms of platform support, I feel ChatGPT does have the best platform support because of web, Android, iOS, macOS and whatnot. Gemini is best suited for Android and probably for the web as well, but is not best suited if you're running iOS or macOS on your system. Copilot is best for Windows 11, Microsoft Office and Microsoft Edge as well. And DeepSeek is only best for the web, but if you do want to integrate a chatbot API, DeepSeek is probably the way to go if you want fast and reliable answers. So let's get back to the main question. Which AI chatbot is the best in 2025? And honestly, the answer does depend on you. The previous list showed us which chatbots are best suited for the various different features that you might need to perform your day-to-day tasks. If it's, basic versatility, ChatGPT would probably be your guy. If you want to develop codes or, apps, probably DeepSeek. If you want to do some research-heavy tasks, you should probably go with Copilot. And if you want the best integration with a smartphone, especially if you run an Android, I would say Gemini is your go-to AI chatbot. So what are your opinions on this? What would you choose if you had to choose only a single AI chatbot to use for the rest of your life? Please do let me know down in the comments. Anyways, that's been it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll leave links for both those accounts in the video description. Thanks for watching. This is Tech Savage, and I'll see you guys in the next one.